I've got a few requests for readings, so I'm going to try and spin them off here. The first one I got was for Cancer. They didn't specify what area, so I'm going to go spiritual on your ass and see if we can figure out a way to narrow that down. I might just take the decks and go through all of the different genres here real quick to see if I can speed read these. I want to try and get them as close to minimum as I can. So we're going with Cancer. So I'm near the end of the month here in May. So we'll go into June for June and see what we can pick up here. When I'm going with this, this Messenger Oracle is the deck that I'm using. And when I go with this deck, usually I'm going deep with it. So these are not just surface things. These are things that you would meditate about, or really, blocks that you would have in your way on your spiritual path. Things that are, quite deep in the ways of trying to get through. My cat's freaking out all of a sudden here. Oh, Tinker. Black cat. Anyway, don't mind her if she starts flipping out. She just kind of does that when I do readings. But anyway, so yeah, so this is for Cancer, spiritual, in-depth kind of reading. Let's see how this goes, what I get here. I don't read reversals. I don't know, I've never done it all along. I don't know if it makes me lazy or whatever, but I feel like there's messages in there, and I kind of give the good and bad, so I just go with that. Okay, I should have probably narrowed the reading down a little bit, but we'll go with that. So the first card I get here is number 35, and a picture of a wolf. And it's basically a message to seek the lessons. So in your immediate present right here, it's kind of, signifies to me that you really have to look deeper and really gain the time to look into your life a little more. It's almost like there's no looking for you, Cancers, so you really have to stop and stare at everything and start to absorb the deeper meanings within. So what we have crossing it is number 34, revealing your truth. That's another, it kind of, it's a block. So it's almost like you might even be wearing a mask, or having a part of you that is masked to the world. Or maybe you never revealed that side of you, or taken the time to reveal the real you, or look into the real you, or really see the truth behind who you really are. Not just who you have been molded to be, but who you truly are, grounded in your personality in that way. So that being a block. So really it's almost like getting to the core of who you are. And seeking the lesson is kind of something you need to do right now, but I feel they're connected in the way that once you seek the lessons, then you get a better understanding of really who you are, and coming from truth, which I would love if everybody came from there, but some people just don't. So I think Cancers as a whole are really maybe trying to find themselves in a natural kind of way, getting into that point where you are trying to find yourself. So that's a good thing for Cancers, because they can tend to be overworkers and busybodies and go, and to the point where they're not understanding why they're doing the things they're doing, and they need to really have a check on that as to why. Am I doing this because I really want this? Is this what I really want? Things like that. Really getting to the roots of why you're doing things, because your life can change, your spirit can change, and in that time you want to make sure that you're doing things that make you happy, and not just things that are making other people happy, which is another water sign trait, you tend to put others' needs ahead of your own. So what's kind of flooding the reading is a beautiful card, number 45, is time to ground. So that's another stop and stare card. You know, you really need to enjoy nature, get out in nature, get grounded, go to the parks, literally sit under a tree and just people watch. It's kind of hard for Cancers to do. They don't really know how to relax. They don't really know how to take things in. But I think they need to, you know, and it being on the flood of the reading, I kind of work in water myself, but what seems to be over everything is maybe your own soul is crying out to be in nature, to be out in the world, and to be out really, you know, not behind a desk, not in the shop, not in the office, you know, out in the world type thing. I have to remember this is a general reading here, so I have to be non-specific, but yeah, grounding, it literally meaning being out in nature and getting that recharge back, because I think a lot of Cancers are drained and they're really just starting to realize that they've been drained, so they really need to kind of learn, because I don't think all along any of these Cancers that I'm talking about, I'm not really feeling a divergent here from what I'm saying to a bulk of these water signs really as a whole, but not really realizing that they really haven't been able to fully recharge all along, and now just starting to realize, hey, yeah, I'm really not getting filled up here. I'm not getting refueled. My battery's not charging. I don't think I've ever been to full charge, you know. So this is a lot of what I think nature would do for the Cancer specifically. We have in your passing energy that's passing away from you. Number 15 is hear the ancient ones. So I think there's a lot of really getting you to really maybe even research, or you know, if you're into reading, kind of going into history, and not so much as on the land, but as much as the philosophy of things, maybe looking in and seeing a deeper, you know, just that deeper side of things. And you know, you may come across things, TV, you know, things that come at you in a way of mystics from the past, or wise philosophers from the past, maybe spitting out things, maybe a billboard that you see in an art museum or something that really hits you on a deeper level. It's like your soul saying, yeah, we need to kind of go backwards to understand, you know, not just in our own lives, but to understand, you know, some of the wiser, you know, the ancient philosophers, the wise people. A lot of the wisdom from the past, we need to look at that and kind of carry it forward, because it really stuck there because it was valuable and it was valid. So having that move away from you, it's almost like maybe you have been doing that in the past, or thinking about that, and maybe you are going to carry it forward, something like that. In your near future, I have number 31, a fox, is basically observe in silence. So that's that slowing down, stopping, relaxing, vacationing. I mean, we're coming on summer here. Absolutely take that time. If you really don't do that, I feel like there's going to be a deficit that you're going to come into in the fall, and you just don't want to do that. You just don't want to do that. Even though you may feel that, oh, I'm fine, you're going to realize within you that there's a deeper recharge limit. You know, your battery's only been on quarter, and you really need to be above half here in order to give that gusto in the fall, or that, you know, I feel like for a lot of people, not just water, not just Cancer signs, are going to be coming into a good productive part in the fall here. So it just seems to be a theme within my mind anyway, of what's coming up is production. So we really want to be charged up for that, and we really want to make sure that we get our rest and we get, that recharge. So observing in silence is kind of a notification to me, is to slow down and to really kind of, don't like using the word isolate, but maybe back off from the quick pace of a lot of people and a lot of things and kind of maybe slow down, instead of going out into the bars and having the fast-paced tone going on, kind of recess into the house and, maybe read a book and just kind of slow the pace down so that you can really accept a lot of what the universe is wanting you to do. And not only that, it's just to get rid of that that discharge. I think there's a natural discharge that cancers carry. They're just used to giving out so much that they don't have anything left in them. And we don't want you to default to that. We want you to fill your cup and then overflow with that. And your cup always has to be full before you start giving outwards. And I think that's the problem here, is we just don't know what full is. Cancers don't know what full is because they're giving before they've really even tended to their own cup. And that's the thing, is I'm referring to like a goblet of love and worth and self-worth and all of those things. We really need to fill it to full, and then once it starts overflowing, then you go outwards. But a lot of cancers, they just won't fill their own. So this is the time to do that. So in the distant future, we have love without condition. So I think, I'm getting a sense here that there may be some people in the Cancer's life, and I mean this. I'm kind of going broad here. I'm not just going in June. I'm feeling like this is going to cover more of the summer, actually. But I feel like there may be someone in these Cancers' lives that are are having a hard time sending unconditional love to, or they may be in a position where there's conflict, arguments, squabbles, just resentment or bitterness towards someone. And, just this in the far future, basically saying that you should get to a point where you do not have to have conditions on this love. You either love, and it's hard to do that in a situation. I mean, I know in my own life you have problems and resentments that come up. But loving without condition is really that unconditional love and coming from a higher source of understanding or wisdom in a way. And even if it's not understood, to just, just harbor that spot, I guess. So loving without condition is really to another place that you want to be once you've really filled your cup. Then you don't have to depend on someone else to give back. You just give and that's it, So that's kind of, it shows the progress that could happen if you go spiritually along that path. This is where you're going to be, into that unconditional love zone. And that's really, I don't know if you get there because of filling yourself up, or if you get there because of, hard work mentally to be looking from that end of it. But anyway, I want to get convoluted here. Sometimes I get too deep. On the path leading you to this place, we have number 4. Be without malice. So that it's symbolizing to me that there's a lot of Cancers out there are really holding resentment against something, someone, somebody, situations, things that are really kind of, holding a chip in that way. And we need to really let that go. We need to let that go and not harbor so much. It's easier said than done, but that's something that needs to be thought about along the path. And a lot of the slowing down process will just really give you time to sort that out, I think. So yeah, the next card we have is 37, and it's seeking your destiny. So, if you Cancers are on your path, then maybe find a way to enliven that or enrich that or to expand on that. If you haven't, then you need to go and look and really see what it is that makes your heart sing. Because if you're on the wrong path, if there's any discontentment whatsoever, you're going to know. You've known for a long time. So now's the time to really, you know, take another path in that way and sort out whether you're, you know, it doesn't matter what age you're at. You really can overflow or not overthrow the throne in the way of getting past where you're at. You know, if you're in a place you just don't feel right, you just don't belong, it's just not going to get better. It's just not going to get better. So you really do have to get to the point where you are happy in something, and you have to push through that. And I mean, I think the universal energies are all behind everybody in finding their right path in that way, because we just don't want to be unhappy anymore. It's just not a good place to be. So seeking your destiny is on that path. So that's along with, you know, getting grounded. What do you want? What do you truly want? What have you been going after? You know? And I mean, take money out of the issue and just go with what makes you happy, and then the sparks will start flying. You know, that's what you need to do. So number 16, heed the messengers. So it basically symbolizing that you will be getting intuitive nudges, hints, situations where you suddenly have answers for things. I mean, when you calm down, you ground, you meditate, things like that absolutely come at you. I mean, inspired thoughts, good ideas, breakthrough situations, you know, scenarios come and you're like, why didn't I think of that? Because you didn't slow down. Really, that's what it's about. You didn't slow down, you didn't calm down, and it's coming at you. So this is really what the energies want to bring in, is all the answers that you're seeking. You're just not slowing down long enough. These Cancers are too busy, and sometimes you're too busy doing things you don't like. So you might as well just stop and figure out what you like and then get on that path. So the end result is number 43 is stay strong. And we have like this dragon atop a cliff, and he's just peering. So it's almost like I get a sense that a lot of Cancers are really at the point where, is this worth it? Is it, you know, they have a real inner core, I think, of strength, just not coming outward with it. For, I don't know, I get the word shame came at me, but it's almost like maybe not feeling deserving. I think the deeper root beyond the shame is just not feeling deserving of having everything that you want, and wanting to figure that out. But I really do feel like that's the path. I mean, in June, maybe it's just the prep to get you into that, because I feel like this is a summer long. This is deep stuff, so it's not like it's just going to go away. So this may be over the summer into the fall, like more seasonal. Figuring out what it is that you truly want, what makes your heart sing. And if you're doing what makes your heart sing, then you just absorb that more. Be more appreciative of that. So I'm going to flip here. I don't want to take too much time. I got a few readings to do. So getting deeper really is the theme I see there.